Hello, salutations. What it do? It's Sadat the Gamer, all five the Do-Rag Gang. You know the vibes. Like and subscribe. Let's get it. Huh. Looks like you guys started without me. What's up? Bruce Leroy, what it do? Sub Aqua, John the Champ. X Remix Killer. What's up? Punisher, Bruce Leroy. How's your son doing, Bruce? Everything all right after the surgery? What's going on, Willie? What's up, Criminal Logic? So I'm a little late. I had to restart OBS 6 times and YouTube wouldn't load. So that was fun. Let's see what, outside of the obvious, let's see what they got in the marketplace this week. Free consumable. They're only giving out the fragment extractor. Oof. They're getting stingy, even with the free stuff. Yikes. It's like a new takedown for a Hawkeye. Nice. Especially for Ronin Hawkeye. Okay. New Kate Bishop takedown. Alright. New Black Panther takedown. Oh, a pile driver. Power bomb. Black Panther doing power bombs out here. Okay, I ain't mad. And we got Rusted Thor, a recolor of last week's recolor. Definitely not as much of a dub as the Loki one, but the right template to use for recolor. The new Captain America recolor, the Captain. Okay. I don't hate this one, but would never buy it. What's up, Manuel? What's up, Liam? What's up, Captain Mercy? Drug Life? What's up, John? What's up, Carson? And the rest of these are just bundles. Flashback Kamala bundle. Flashback Hulk and Widow. Of course, that cosmic bundle you guys love so much. And I think these were there last week. So John play on mobile. And of course, the one everyone that actually is in the marketplace for, MCU Black Panther, his second one. The, of course, highly requested Civil War outfit. I obviously have it. Looks great. Looks exactly like the movie. They usually do Black Panther justice with the skins, and they usually get the MCU skins right. So there you go. So Ryan, which Black Panther MCU skin is my favorite? Definitely the Civil War. I always preferred, I wanted the Civil War to come first, so I'm glad that it's finally in the game. Minus the Black Panther. Sub James. No. The takedowns are good, assuming they work. The new takedowns they added last week were bugging out for a lot of people, but if you could get them to function, yeah, they got a power bomb Black Panther, another takedown for Kate, clothesline. Someone was watching wrestling this week at Crystal Dynamics. And then you got Hawkeye giving this robot the business with his Ronin sword work. What's going on, Pino? What's up, JJ? Fortunately, another cool skin, expensive. I've been waiting for rework in the marketplace. We're already at the marketplace rework, sir. This is the extent for the most part that you're going to be expecting. $14 exotic skins, which are the MCU ones, and bundles for a lot of the recolors. So I don't know why they're charging. Wait, I didn't even. They're charging $14 for this. Why? Wasn't the Loki one free? Like they're doing relatively better with the marketplace, but why is Rusty Thor $14 and the one with the Loki colors that they did, which is a recolor of this recolor of free? I don't understand that one. My PlayStation ID, please. My PSN is Sadat Soul. Yeah, I don't understand this one. They've usually been going cheaper for the recolors, like $7 in that range, or putting them in a bundle. Like you have, these are technically on sale, 900 credits. Yeah, that seems, you know, something that they should stick with for legendary recolors. So this one's epic, and it's 900 new. I think these should be about 700 credits, and legendaries should be 900, unless they're recolors, in which case they should also be 700 or thrown in a bundle. Bullet Cruiser, I will hook you up with that invite. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one. Good job on the Black Panther skin though, guys. Keep keep giving us quality MCU skins. Collecting that revenue. You should get all recolors for free. That I don't agree with. I understand that they need to make money, and this is the primary way they're doing so with the marketplace. They have nothing else monetized except for the direct sales of the game, which is discounted at the moment. So they gotta sell something. I like how they're doing bundles for the recolors now. I think they should do bundles going forward, especially for new stuff in the sets, and just have discounted prices for the recolors in the marketplace that are sold individually. And ideally we get something, you know, better quality than this. I don't get this logic. This is worse than the Loki recolor of Thor, and that one was free. Don't get that one. Do I know when the new PS5 will be in stores? I don't. All right, let me get into the actual game. If you're trying to play on the strike team with me, make sure you actually give me your PSN if you've added me already. Otherwise, I won't be able to add you. Did I get an SSD? I did not. I think I'm about to order an external for my PS5 because I need more space. Good Lord. I downloaded 2K22 and it's taking up all my space. Trav 15, are you online? I don't see you. What's good, Jareen? Don't see you. Bullet Cruiser. External storages are decently priced. Thank goodness they are. Let me put my PSN in the chat. I'll pin that for those that are new. More importantly, we're at 64 likes. Let's get to 100 likes in the next 2 minutes, or they'll never come out with another MCU skin again. I would not risk it. You got a 2 terabyte for 50 euro. Yeah, I have a I think I have a 5 terabyte for like I got for like $100. I use for my computer. I just need one that's compatible with my PS5. All right, you got 2. You got 1 more spot left. £50, not euro. I don't. 50 pounds, euro. It's all un-American money to me. You can't play the games of an external. I have no idea. I think the idea is just to use it as storage. That's where I just really just need storage. What's up, Super? I got you. Just trying to add 1 more person to the strike team. Does Kevin Feige play Marvel's Avengers for skin inspiration? I would definitely think not. Not at all. Can I use an external? You mean like what, a SSD? That you can play games with the external storages. That's cool. I literally just need more space. That's all. I have like 80 gigs of space left. And I had to get that by deleting some stuff. All right, then 1 more invite. PSN, my PSN is pinned. It will be there for the next 5 minutes. If you haven't already, make sure you add me. That is the only way you'll end up on my strike team. Yeah. At this rate, well, the way I've been going, I've just been deleting games as I go along. It's just the games that I'm currently playing right now in my rotation. have like ins insane amounts of storage requirements. Like I'm playing Marvel's Avengers, which obviously is massive. Then I got Ghost of Tsushima, which is massive, and 2K22, and they all have a PS4 and PS5 version, so it's pretty stupid. Let's go, Bobo. Wakanda forever, indeed. Seriously, a SSD is faster than the drives in the PS5. You don't get why not? You are the tech expert. James, you should write them a stern letter. You deleted the game and it's 92 gigs. It's taking forever. What do? Take a nap. Thank you, Java, for the sub, the resub. Welcome back to the Do-Rag Gang. Ty Honcho, welcome to the Do-Rag Gang. Thank you, Chris, for the sub. Welcome to the Do-Rag Gang. By the way, we hit 6,000 subs on the NBA 2K22 stream yesterday. Let's see what we got today. Anything good? Anything? No. Don't need that. Nope. There goes my dreams of Sonic payload gear. Oh well, maybe in a future update. Hulk is fat. Fat shaming is not welcome here, John Smith. Hulk is beautiful at every size. Finally, our mod of Thunder, Ty Versal, is here. He's even later than I am. If anyone wants to pick up their dailies, the time is now. Feel free. The update is out in beta, and the update takes like 10 minutes to do so. Okay. You finally got Nahanda's armor after it got nerfed. Yeah, sorry about that, buddy. Your timing was not the best. Unfortunately, there's currently no broken pieces, at least in a good way, that I'm aware of. Apparently, vibranium gear, some certain vibranium gear is broken, but not in the makes you really powerful kind of way. In the it's literally not working kind of way. So that's a change. What's up, Jesse? Skin looks great. It's the honestly, it's the Black Panther skin they should have started with. I don't know why they started with the Solo movie skin instead of the Civil War suit, but they got the right one. This is the BP skin that we were waiting for. This is the superior skin. Now we just need some content to go with it. Hulk is a fat, just well fed. Exactly. Hulk is a healthy, growing boy. And I would personally kill to have those muscles. I would commit actual manslaughter to have even half that muscle mass. Your iMovie is acting very stupid. I cannot relate. My OBS be acting stupid. iMovie usually doesn't do anything too stupid. Only time iMovie does something dumb is occasionally if well, it doesn't even do it anymore, but it wouldn't let me export in 1080 60. But there's a simple workaround. Wakanda forever. Whee. You sat on chocolates and you're wearing white pants. Well, I hope you learned a valuable lesson. Never wear white pants. It's just not worth the risk. It just isn't. As good as you think you look in those white pants, you don't. You always get the black spears when you're using the gear. Yeah, the black balls are apparently still around. James knows all about those black balls. They were preventing him from getting through the Wakanda story. They were supposed to be patched, but apparently there's still some black balls floating around. Just doing it now, you're getting mad. What, not letting you export in 1080p? Yeah, the workaround is to just copy all of your files and create a new session and then paste them in there. If that doesn't work, then you can take a actual high quality clip that you know for a fact is 1080p 60 at the very least, and put it at the beginning. That should do the trick. Just put it at the beginning, delete it, and it should work. Thank you, Tiny Gamer 203 for the sub. Welcome to your gang. I gotta go to incognito mode. Tasha Williams, back for the verses. How you doing, Tasha? I did not notice all these details on the suit in the light on the back. I sure like them. Ty, don't get mad, bro. We wouldn't like you when you're mad. Can confirm Ty does Hawk out. Hey, let me put this on do not disturb. Ty Versal after iMovie doesn't work for like the 5th time in a row. What's up, Tay Brown? iMovie keeps freezing at the beginning of the video you want to edit. Aw. Have you tried turning your computer off and turning it back on? Oh, I got the Void Tech transponder glitch. Wakanda forever. You need Premiere Pro. Well, Premiere Pro is expensive. Ty Versal is a college student on a budget. What's up, Ryan K? That skin is the better MC Black Panther. I see no lies in that comment. How many players playing this game are on Xbox? Probably, if I had to guess, I'd say, in the 10,000 range. Actually, got a surge recently, so maybe 20, 30,000 active players. Don't want to be too low there. We can only guess. I know they started with, I believe, 800,000 Xbox players. But those are just people who bought the game. That was at launch. I know the people who bought it on Xbox is probably over 1 million at this point, but active players is a different matter. Some colleges offer Adobe apps for free while you're attending. Thank you, Mr. Mugman. I don't believe Tyversal's higher educational establishment is one of those. How many active players do you think there are? You were coughing and missed it. On Xbox, I was guessing maybe around 30,000. Because their total Xbox users that bought the game is probably over 1 million. But active players, or if you watch the Steam charts, concurrent players, that's a different matter. That's why you can't just look at overall sales when it comes to a live service game. You got to look at active players, because that's what Square Enix is looking for. When they're determining how much to put towards this game, whether or not they keep funding it, they're looking at active players, and they're obviously, of course, looking at marketplace sales. So this game has to have a lot of active players and keep selling those skins in order to keep getting support. Thank you, Gunmaster77, for the sub. Welcome to Durag Gang. And this with a tick down. Currently, PC is running less than 900 daily players. That sounds about right. I want my targeted buff back. Go down. There we go. Grandma works for Crystal Dynamics. She's doing the best she can. I'm not sure if that's true, but if it is, tell your granny we're rooting for her. Tell her to stay off of Twitter and Reddit. And don't watch this guy, Kyle. Rico, what'd it do? Can I make a small forward build for 2K22? Sure, I can work on something. Any particular small forward build you're looking for? Sometimes you can see what's going on the screen. Yep, there's a moment in between particle effects where you get some clarity. Do I think they'll release Spider-Man for Xbox in the future? No. Sony is two things: greedy and spiteful. Sony is not going to be allowing you to get access to the Xbox, to the Spider-Man. Sorry to break it to you, if you're on Xbox and PC, you are never getting Spider-Man in Marvel's Avengers. Just ain't happening. Sony is trying to win the console war again, and they are not about to give Xbox anything. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. And Square Enix was like, yeah, that's fine, as long as the money is there. This is done, but I guess you just have to stay away from the beginning of the video. I'm sure there's a YouTube tutorial, Tyversal. You just have to find it. Find the YouTube tutorial. All right, let's go enter the Avengers. That's this week's priority threat exotic mission. Skin so similar to the previous skin. Yeah, well that's only because the people who designed Black Panther's skin cosmetics in the both movies made them similar. Nothing to do with Crystal Dynamics. They just copied what the skins look like. This is what the skin looks like. Obviously, there are a lot of differences between them in the design. But yeah, the MCU decided that they were going to have the looks similar, which makes sense. Obviously, they're very clearly different, as you see. Completely different masks, the ears, the design, even the necklace. Made a LeBron Grant. You made a two-way scoring LeBron build. Or you made one. So what do you want me to make? What's up, Brown? Am I doing the My Career in 2K? I have been doing it. I have footage. I just haven't uploaded it yet. I wasn't sure if anyone actually wanted to see it. But just in case, I might edit something together. See how it does. Your center is dominant. 2K all day. Hey, appreciate you. So weird to have 2K comments in the Marvel's Avengers chat, but hey, you guys wanted me to play some 2K this year. Here we are. I just wish the 2K servers were working yesterday. I kept getting kicked from everything. There's two priorities today. Enter the Avengers and Stark Realities. I don't think it's a bug. They still have the event going on where you get a priority mission exotic every day. And then on Thursday, they still are doing the weekly priority mission that they were already doing, which is good. Even though they have the event going on, they're not being, greedy. Let's get that Sadat smooth. Let me do a Chris Smooth style my career video. I can be arranged. I just gotta get some auto-tune effects in there. I already got the music. Downtown. Shot clock cheese. Give that man a map. Where are you going? Do I want Fat Thor? I don't, but now that we have the actual Thor that I wanted, I don't care. I wouldn't mind if they did Fat Thor from when they first met him, the Big Lebowski looking Thor, for people that are fans of it. You didn't make a LeBron build, but you would like to see me make up a LeBron. You want me to make a LeBron build? I think Joe Knows made a LeBron build again this year. That's always pretty good. I can try to do my version of LeBron. Maybe I'll do like a different era of LeBron. Maybe I'll make a young LeBron build. Splash. Let's go. The suit looks amazing. Yes, sir. It is the suit that should have been here all along. And now it is. You want movie, one of the movies? Oh, Ragnarok? Yeah. I just want Ragnarok next. That's the only remaining Thor movie skin that I'm looking for. I don't care about his first Avenger. I just want that Ragnarok fit. Besides having flashbacks from being kicked from the OLT. Bro, yeah, at least when I'm getting kicked in Marvel's Avengers, it's only on one mission. Like I can actually play the rest of the game. Wakanda forever. Got a question. Do you lose your online progress and skins if you reset your story? No. If you're just doing campaign replay, you don't reset your story. You don't reset anything except the fact that you completed the story. Everything you unlocked still stays. CD will have Kyle as a guest on the dev stream tomorrow. Yeah, right. That would be amazing if they did. It'd be their most watched stream ever. They won't even have, I'm pretty sure Kyle isn't even allowed in the chat for the Crystal Dynamics. I think literally they banned him from the Twitch chat on their official Crystal Dynamics page because he linked them to one of his videos showing like a bunch of bugs in the game. They got mad and banned him. Young LeBron would be dope. Yeah, let's do Young LeBron. Bullet Cruiser left the strike team. Oh no. How on a live stream would you go, bro? That would be hilarious. Bro, if I turned on the dev stream on Friday and I see Phil, Andy, and all I hear is "Hello, beta testers," I will die laughing. Salute to that. Salute you, Harlem Knight. Appreciate you. You thought we'd be getting more Avengers 1 movie skins after Cap? That is a reasonable assumption. We still might. They decided to do another Black Panther skin, but by popular demand, but they probably can still do first movie. $5 emote, no emote will. Something how you feel. People are saying in the other YouTube channels we lose everything. I don't know which YouTube channels they're saying, but that's not a thing. I mean, there are bugs in the game that have caused people to lose progress, but resetting the campaign is not one of them. People, there's actual YouTube channels where all they do is replay the campaign with the new skins and just post videos of it. So if they're saying that's what that function does, they're misinformed. They don't know. They're not correct. Love to see a beta raid for Thor. It's technically possible. Though what the idea was brought up to Phil. And he said it's definitely something they could do in the future. So Riser, can't wait to play this in 60 FPS. Yeah, the higher the FPS, the better you are as a person. That's my philosophy. Also, a lot like Anthem, you have YouTubes who say anything to get the game not played, and they haven't even played themselves. Yeah, that's the reality of gaming. Yeah, you'll definitely have people who will cover a game who don't actually play the game. It's pretty easy to tell those kind of people apart. Like Young Yeah covers Marvel's Avengers like once a week, like once a month or something. But he obviously doesn't play the game. He just, goes on Reddit, skims through, looks for a story, and then starts making a video. I respect Paul Tassi. He actually plays the game and gives like real feedback on it. The only way you can make a Hawk MCU suit is actually make him look like the movie. Yeah, I think they should definitely alter Hawk's character model for some of these skins, because also the MCU skin for Endgame, it wasn't even accurate. It wasn't even that accurate. No hate to Young, yeah. Yeah, that does such, yeah. Yeah, like I'm, keep hustling, but that's definitely what he does. Get your money, bro. But yeah. Couldn't be me though. Is Pen Payload good? Pen Payload is very good. Looks like we got an opening on the strike team. Congrats on 6K. Thank you, God of Vengeance. I don't know. I'm glad I hit 6K, but it kind of feels like after hitting 5K, 6K feels like you just turned 21 and now it's your birthday again and you're 22, you're like, well, that's cool, but you know, doesn't have that same impact. We're trying to go 10K. You respect Kyle because he's not just talking out of his ass. He is a passionate fan. That's like the rest of us. I think maybe he was a passionate fan at the start, but it's definitely evolved into something weird and unhealthy. Anyone want to hop on this strike team? We got 2 spots available at the moment. Turtleneck Hawk will go hard. Get him some reading glasses. I wouldn't actually bet. You personally don't follow YouTubers that make videos on Avengers but don't actually play the game. Teach his own. Ooh, shade. Ascari, what's your PSN? I'll get you on the team. Anyone can join with the magic of giving me your PSN. Kwong, yours is simple. Be like him. Make your PSN the same thing you're using in the chat. Ask Canary, I don't see you. Why am I running? Because this is my current purpose in life. Playing Marvel's Avengers. In front of strangers. And friends. Can I help you on the OLT? Probably not. I'm going to probably crash if I try to play it. I can't host it. T. Jackson, I got you, buddy. Do you feel on NBA 2K22 AI defense is on steroids? Yes, it is. Except your own. Your teammates are still just as stupid as they were in 2K20. But the opposing AI is like Eric Spoelstra has been coaching them. It's crazy. There's a couple exploits you can take advantage of still in my career to just cheese the AI. Like if you set a screen below the 3-point line and then sprint out to the 3, the help defender isn't going to hedge. So you should have a wide open 3 if you're trying to get your shooting badges. That's the way you can cheese that. Spider-Von 556. I think I sent out 2 invites already. We'll see if they actually join. You got a villain sector, arachnophobia. I got you. Yeah, I can't send invites right now. I'm pretty sure they're joining at the moment. But I'll get you in next time around. You die for superior Spider-Man suit? I don't want you to die for the ability to give Square Enix more money. Just be patient, and I'm sure it'll come into the game eventually. Crystal Dynamics has made it clear when it comes to a character that they can't afford to not do justice, they'll step up. When it came to Black Panther, they made sure the story was at the very least solid. Wakanda, they made sure they made the biome right. His skins were on point. I'm expecting the same from Spider-Man. New skins but no content. You don't consider, what's the current one? Fragments. You don't consider that content? You don't consider replaying the Tachyon anomaly event content, sir? Bro, you thought it was you pick and roll is not no, the AI defense just knows what it's doing. Like if you're going to pick and roll the AI this year, you have to actually, do the pick and roll right. Like you have to, have your ball. If you're controlling the ball handler, it's easier. But if you're a big man and you're doing the pick and roll, it's definitely tougher this year unless you get team takeover and you can control the ball handler yourself. Uninstalling the game was more content than was actually in the game. Yeah, you should have made a video about that. Did join us, there's room? Yeah, there's no one. Alright. Let me back out to the main menu. Looks like, alright. No, we're good. Alright, we're full. Cool. Let's keep it moving. Stock realities. Alright. Exotic number 2. We out here. You like Ultimate Spidey? I'm pretty confident we're going to get symbiote suit Spider-Man in the DLC. Like, it's too popular not to have that in the game. What's up, Darian? You wasted all your credits on a trash skin? You don't remember what it was? Hope you learned a valuable lesson. When it comes to skins in this game, it's better to save your money. Unless it's like a can't miss skin. Do I have Mac OS Big Sur? Yes, sir. I sure do, Mr. Versal. I didn't want to update the Big Sur, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Don't want to have my computer not update, even though I know when you update on Mac, some programs have a tendency not to work. Is there any good exotic for Thor? Several. Belt of the Thunderer from the 14th floor Hive. Grips of the Storm from the Tachyon Rifts and the Monica villain sector. That's pretty much it. The Asgardian Scion. It's another belt. I think that's a hero set one. That's pretty good. That's not bad. If you can get it's better if you get the high stat roll for it. Yeah, how takedowns, nameplates, and emotes all cost credits. I don't hate that emotes cost credits because that's, standard for every live service game. Takedowns, I'm not as much of a fan of. Nameplates definitely should be. I don't care. They give you free nameplates all the time. They cost so few credits. I don't care about nameplates costing credits. But yeah, $6 takedowns, definitely a bit of a oof. Units, the units still useless. They still haven't explained what they're going to do with earnable credits. That's what they're currently calling the cosmetic rework. They're just calling it earnable credits on the roadmap. It's unclear though how exactly they're going to do that. credits because cosmetics were already earnable before they took it away. You earned them by collecting units and patterns. They confirmed they're bringing patterns back. They obviously wouldn't go into any detail about how. Thank you, Crash, for the sub. Welcome to Durag Gang. So I'm curious what they're going to actually do with units. AMG, thank you for the sub. Welcome to Durag Gang. You're playing and watching it live. Appreciate you, Mason. That oh, it's 2 toxic adaptoids that have chosen violence. Yes, Avengers will stay uninstalled until Spider-Man comes out. That's fair. Even for the raid. Though, I'm speculating here, but I think they're going to release the raid with Spider-Man. That's a possibility. Because they promised that when Spider-Man comes out, PC and Xbox players will have something to do. Now, the skeptic in me doesn't think they'll be able to actually do any meaningful content during this time frame to give them something to do when Spider-Man comes out. So I'm hoping that either I'm hoping that it's just they'll have them come out at the same time. Otherwise, I just don't want there to be a situation where PlayStation users are enjoying Spider-Man and Xbox and PC get to replay the Tachyon Anomaly event all over again. Or the Red Room takeover. I feel like that's the worst case scenario. You're on Xbox and PC, you go on YouTube and Twitch, you see people running around with Spider-Man, and you're playing the Red Room takeover for the 20th time. What's the best exotic for Iron Man? Probably Repulsor of the Storms. For any range character, you want the storm piece that gives you a targeted buff and a Tachyon Surge on the same piece. That's just by default the best. Otherwise, I'm not an Iron Man main. I don't enjoy playing as Iron Man, so I don't know too much about his exotics. Or nothing really was nerfed. Oof, grammar. So they've been nerfing stuff for the past year. Most of it subtle. They've also fixed stuff that was powerful, like Black Panther's chest piece recently was fixed. People are calling it a nerf, even though technically it's a fix for something that wasn't working properly, but definitely makes your Black Panther a lot weaker than he was. They nerfed Hulk's Thunderclap a couple months ago. They said they were just fixing a problem with fault line, but they actually just decreased the power of his Thunderclap overall. They've nerfed drop rates. That's what they commonly do. They nerf drop rates for gear. Like Tachyon Rifts used to be farmable. You used to be able to play the Tachyon Rift as many times a day as you wanted, and you had a chance at an exotic. And they changed it so that now you have a chance to get an exotic on the first playthrough of the day, and then if you don't get it, you don't even get a legendary after that. So the Tachyon Rift now There's no reason to play it more than once. Someone actually bought the garbage glow in the dark skin. Really better skins. Hey, if it makes you happy, go for it. Word of the day, nerf. You're probably going back to PS4 soon. By choice? Are you coming back from a PS5, or are you just on another platform? Like Xbox or PC? Because I can't even imagine going back to loading times by choice. Once you experience being able to instantly boot up a game, you can't go back. Coming from PC. Oh, so that if you're playing Marvel's Avengers, that makes sense, because if you're trying to play with other people, that's probably not happening on PC. Show some restraint, Tyversal. This man's always choosing violence. Some people will buy anything. That is exactly what Square Enix is counting on. Eh, to each their own, right? Beauty, what do they say? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Some people might see a skin that is ugly and way too bright. Someone else might see beauty. Am I thinking about doing a hero tier list? Absolutely not. If I make a hero tier list, it'll be pretty simple. As a troll. Xbox died a long time ago. Xbox was born dead. Xbox is a zombie. You saw my 2K gameplay. Have I tried Apex? Never. I've never played Apex Legends. I'm definitely not going to start playing Apex Legends, because one of the rules that you should follow if you're an aspiring streamer is to not jump into a game that's too oversaturated. Because if too many people are playing the game, they're probably not going to be looking at someone that's new. Just for giggles, let's try the OLT. Can you join Arachnophobia? Strike team still full. But if this plays out like I think it's going to play out, probably going to have some room. Does that guy work for Sony? What guy? Imagine playing on Steam. It was you, but not anymore. I mean, from what I know, Steam is pretty fun. They have a lot of great games, a lot of free ones. So no shade to Steam. How long will I be on for? As long as it takes. Sitting at 133 likes. Let's try to get that up to 150. I like 150. I like 50 more than 33. The guy talking about Xbox died. No, as far as I know, he is not an employee of Sony. He's just a man of excellent taste. They need to be more creative with the skins. I think that's the problem. Part of it. Maybe they're trying to get too creative. They're trying to just go like way outside the box, when all they have to do is just look at a comic book and just make that. So having an Xbox means no taste. Now you're getting it. PlayStation supremacy. We live in a PlayStation world. I don't make the rules. That's what you mean, not just recolors. Because yeah, like recolors aren't necessarily bad, especially if you're like, if you look at Future Revolution, they have recolors, but their recolors are really creative, and it's a game that has nearly unlimited customization. So you can do so you can essentially do your own alternative versions of skins, because you can swap out the chest, the head, whatever you want to do. So it feels fresh. All the skins feel fresh. Because this game doesn't have any customization, it's purely just on the imagination of the art team, and the stuff they've been coming up with, not great. Get ready to crash. No jinx. No jinx needed. It's happened so often, it's pretty standard. PlayStation Showcase put Xbox in a coffin. It definitely put a headshot in the zombie. Why so much money? Cause they love money. So the strategy for a lot of these games is they don't make the prices in the marketplace for the average consumer. Yep, still crashing. They make, I guess this isn't really insider information. This is pretty public, but what companies do is they'll set the prices not for the average person. They don't care if somebody can't afford a $14 skin. That's not their target demographic. Their target is the person that will happily drop $1,000 or more on a game's microtransactions, just like that, if they really enjoy it. The whales, essentially. So they've been proven through mobile have mastered this through research that they can keep a game profitable by having a certain group of whales. If you have a certain percentage of whales, then you don't have to worry about how much the marketplace is, because the whales will be sustaining the game. And the people who are complaining about the prices, their input ends up not mattering at all, as long as the whales are still buying the skins. So that's how you get goofy prices in some of these games, because as long as the whales are buying them, it doesn't matter if you can't afford it. They only care about the people who can. What's up, Ricky? What I think of What If Killmonger, I thought it was a really solid episode. I really enjoyed Killmonger as a character. Loved having Michael B back. Very powerful moment seeing T'Challa in the spiritual plane. But I like this a lot better for his plan to take over Wakanda. Made him look like a truly great villain. I liked how that played out. Lex, thank you for the sub. Welcome to Dura Gang. Arachnophobia, you've been asking to get on the strike team, but your PSN is not Arachnophobia. What's the deal? How do I find you? Once again, if you want to join the strike team, make sure you're telling me what to look for. Spider-Vine. Happens so often you think it's part of the game design. It basically is. Might as well be at this point. think it's the best episode yet. No bias. My favorite so far is still the death of the Avengers episode. I like this. The episode with Killmonger was really good, but I consider it incomplete. It definitely felt that the way they ended it was definitely looked like the intent was to continue, but it felt like the story wasn't actually wrapped up. Like some have a kind of cliffhanger ending that's like, oh, what's going to happen next? But they still told a complete story. And I don't know, when I got to the end of the Killmonger episode, it felt like we still needed more. It felt like it was unresolved. So I loved how it turned out, but I do want to see if they continue the episode, because I'm very intrigued seeing Pepper and Shuri work together. Anybody else? Which MCU Black Panther do I like more? Civil War. Which game are you more excited for? Wolverine or Spider-Man 2? Yes. Killmonger loves anime. You can't believe it. Michael B. Jordan loves anime, so I totally believe it. You know, Tyverso is protesting. He's not buying any more skins. There's a blog. There's usually a blog. Anything good in the blog today? Let me just see it. Let me just look at it real quick, see if it's even worth showing you guys. War Table blog, 9:15. My internet is being really weird today. I'm not expecting any, big news, but it should be. Maybe there's an update. Thank you, Jason Voorhees. Welcome to the Do-Rag Gang. Please stop killing teenagers. Thank you, Carolina, for the sub. Welcome to Do-Rag Gang. Oh, okay. I might just do this. Avengers weekly blog. The 1-year anniversary festivities continue with the Flashback Rewards cash event from 9:16 to 9:30, completing flashbacks and missions with reward you. Get an editor, guys. Will reward you with legendary gear, hero set B, 100 fragments, and 10 upgrade modules. So you can farm some flashback missions. Marvel's Avengers is also on sale on various platforms. Please see your local stores as price discounts and dates vary. PlayStation base game is 50% off. Endgame edition 35% off. That's for all. So for PlayStation, Microsoft, and Stadia, the base game is 50% off. Endgame edition is 35% off. If you're on PC, sucks for you. Development updates. We're still working on all the system reworks and are making good progress. Those system reworks being essentially the ability to upgrade your gear to the new power level cap and Sounds like they're going to get rid of all of the other resources except for the fragments, polychloron, and upgrade modules. Although a major focus for our current roadmap was system reworks, we want to reiterate that we have more content coming in 2022, including heroes and villains. So they must have seen my video, seen the Reddit. They want to assure us, guys, this is not Anthem. We have content coming in 2022. It has not been officially approved, but they have plans for content. And of course, the marketplace update. There's a developer spotlight for our systems designer. And that's it. So nothing really new. So according to Paul Tassi, they told him at least that they're planning on releasing a 2022 roadmap this year. I'm guessing that 2022 roadmap is going to come after Spider-Man because Square Enix is going to want to see how the game does. Where is Spidey? Spider-Man 2 will be out in 2023. The art team sucks. Somebody, I don't know if the whole team probably doesn't suck, but somebody making decisions definitely does. See, one more spot. It's Rio. The marketplace this week is Civil War Black Panther. Avengers Spidey is exactly where he was before. Still not in the game. Anybody else? So we can keep going. All right, what else? Oh, gotta do Monica eventually, but can do the start on the Mega Hive. I still have to do my annual attempt to get the Grips of the Storm for Thor. Jason Voorhees, they kill you, kill them. Pretty sure that just leads to a cycle of violence. Someone has to decide to stop killing. It should be you, the person with superpowers. PlayStation, Insomniac never miss. PlayStation definitely misses. Insomniac does not. Correct. Your BP builds a beast. You got Tachyon Surge with extra plasma damage, plasma daggers, and Sonic for pounce. Nice. All right. Mega Hive time. Does anyone know if we got a release date for Carnage yet? Let There Be Carnage. I hope it doesn't get delayed. October 1st. Oh, that's actually soon. Like legit soon. Ooh. Yep, looks like another movie I'm going to risk COVID for. I did it for Shang-Chi. I will do it for Let There Be Venom. Let There Be Carnage. They better not push that back. Seen October 15th. Must be other countries. I hope so. I'm trying to see that movie. Is there oh, there he is. Also, I just saw on Twitter, I was reminded that World War Z Aftermath is coming out next week. September is actually almost over. It's crazy. I feel like this month flew right by. So in the poll I did, you guys voted for 2K22 and World War Z Aftermath. Apparently a lot of you were not interested in Deathloop or Hannah Bridge of Spirits. So I'm going to be doing World War Z Aftermath next week. Mega Hob has 4 gauntlets. Yep. Down from 8. Definitely a welcome change. Thank you, Joseph Percy, for the sub. Welcome to Durag Gang. Prize. Defeat all targets. Defeat I shall. Then Kina. No Kina. I might play Kina on my own, but y'all didn't vote for Kina. Y'all voted for 2K22. And where was he? Definitely not Art of the Zoo. You're still the only person that voted for Art of the Zoo. Everybody else voted for what was on the list. If anyone is curious about what Art of the Zoo is, do not be curious. Do not Google it. That's what he wants you to do. I definitely recommend against it. Nah, I'm sure it won't be delayed. They saw Shang-Chi made all that money. I think they're confident the theater situation is stable enough. What Iron Man MCU skin do I want next? I don't want any. I mean, I want them to still release, you know, them for the Iron Man fans, but I'm not a fan of Iron Man at all in terms of his skins. They look fine, but they all look pretty much the same to me for the most part in the MCU. So I don't have a particular preference. The coolest thing about Iron Man skins in the MCU to me were like the effects, which I know that Crystal Dynamics won't be able to recreate for this skin. Like if they did his Infinity War Iron Man fit and it morphed, it formed on his body like it did in the movie, I would definitely buy that skin. And especially if it came with the same weapons. Like, that would be fire. Outside of that, I don't care. Be curious, Google it. Do not ignore him. Do not Google it. When I have time, can you show the problem you're having on a video call? You sure can, Tyversal. Sad that Fortnite has a emote for the skin to form around Tony, like in the movie. I mean, it is Fortnite. The whole reason they're trying to keep you on the game is for the skins and the emotes. They are the best in the business. Obviously, it would be nice if Marvel's Avengers hired similar people when they decide to make this a live service game. Because you would think that the actual Avengers game the live service version would be crushing it with emotes and cosmetics, but that's not what we got. What was the update yesterday about? I have no idea. I haven't heard anything different. Maybe it was a patch, well, not even an official patch, like a small maybe a maintenance update. I can check if Thor's cape is still fixed. You'll join the call, show some pure art. No, you will not. You will not be involved in the call at all. It'll be a private call between me and my moderator. All right, next level. Wakanda forever. Looks like photo mode is going to be popping today. Yeah, thick boy Black Panther. Look at them shoulders. This band definitely does his push-ups. Ooh, that looked like it hurt. Don't be shooting at me. All we need now is a Killmonger suit. Oh, you want the Killmonger now? I want his dad's suit. An official MCU version of his dad's suit. The King T'Chaka. That suit was fly. Can you join? Rico? Yep. We have an opening on the strike team, so yeah. Just make sure I have your PSN. I was reading the message, but it looks like it was. I almost thought Tyversal timed it out. Looked like another Angry Xbox fan. How's the suit look? See for yourself. It ain't his fault Xbox is indeed trash. Yeah, he must have realized it while he was typing. Like, you know what? He's right. PlayStation is superior. I'm a fool. You want to complain? Do it to Microsoft. That's right. Complain to Microsoft for making an inferior product. It's not our fault we chose right in the console war. Build is great. Thank you. Honestly, I have not been working on any builds lately. After I saw the roadmap and was like, okay, well, we're essentially just waiting for Claw. I'm just like, all right, I'm going to do other stuff. Did I get the powerbomb takedown? I did not. You're on the hunt for a PS5, especially after Spider-Man 2 Wolverine announcement. Sir, hope you get it. If you really want it, you could become a member today. Join my channel. Just hit the join button. Get access to our private Discord. And one of our members will happily give you the link to the PS5. Your best shot at getting it right now. They take it too long to release Spidey. I mean, probably a good thing. If they're taking this long, it means Sony is making sure that it's not trash. Everything works. It's high quality. Use Game Pass to play games, not good enough for your PS5. Yeah, Game Pass is the best part of Xbox from what I can tell by far. If only Game Pass allowed them to play Ghost of Tsushima. How'd you get the emote? I paid money for it. It was $5, but I got 500 credits back. I just went to the PlayStation store and picked it up. Craig Million.
With me.
Welcome to the Defenders. Thank you for pledging allegiance to the Durag Nation. This man really wanted that PS5. Discord link is in the community tab. Scroll down a few posts. You should see it. A new member sign up link. Have fun. Hello, Damone Hogan. You have Series 5, you have Series X and PS5. A true man of culture. This man bought both just so he can confirm the superiority of PlayStation. I respect that. This person clearly has a thriving love life, and they make a lot of money, and they have a lot of friends. I find that's a common trait for PlayStation owners in general. What makes it better to you? That's tough. That's a tough question to answer. That's to me, that's kind of like asking, you know, what makes lobster better than grass? It'd be easy to say everything, but it doesn't necessarily capture all the subtle differences that make it so much better. Like, there are so many ways to describe why lobster is better than grass. It's more like you just know. You just got to experience it. Once you have the lobster, you look at the grass and you're just like, yeah, it's just better. It's better. Sony has the best exclusive. That's right. Sony definitely has it. That is the main thing. Those exclusive. Let's see, we had someone was trying to join. Rico. What is Rico's PSN? Is it Rico? Nope, it is not Rico. Do you like poop or gold? Same comparison. You get the idea. All right, we have one spot open. If anyone wants to hop on the strike team. You actually like the fact that Sony actually took the time to make the UI different. Xbox should use the same thing. They should have did better. Xbox is good for gaming on a budget with Game Pass. That's a fair assessment. But I like the poop versus gold comparison. Very solid. Judgment, Avengers, etc. in your opinion did not play better on Series X? Ooh. Anyone for the strike team? After the gauntlet, you have a villain sector. PS Plus has some bangers every now and then. I enjoy my free PlayStations stuff. I got God of War PS4 for free. And the Star Wars Squadron game looked cool. Haven't had time to play it yet. Don't see Rico. Well, let's see. What's the Tachyon Rift for today? I need to try to get grips of the storm. Your level might be trash in comparison. That's okay. Keep grinding. You'll get to level 170 or 160 eventually. Whatever they raise it to. Let's see if they fix Thor's cape. Since they did do a new update. Maybe they didn't want to broadcast it. Fingers crossed. What are the odds, chat, that Thor's cape is still broken? Press 1 in the chat if you think Thor's cape is still broken after the update. What is my banner from? Oh, my nameplate. This is the one they gave out as part of the 1-year anniversary. If you completed all of the campaigns, you get this nameplate for free. One, you got you got a couple ones. What's up, Mr. Wavy? Just got home. Welcome. Not standard so far. Just show people the new marketplace. That Civil War, new takedowns, Rusty Thor. Nothing actually new, you know, content wise, because you know this is Marvel's Avengers. Think you missed out? Did you finish all of the campaigns? You might have. I'm not. What? I feel like it wasn't that long ago. Like everyone crashed out. Okay. Gotta re-invite everybody. Capes. We got a cape still broken prediction. You finished them except for Black Panther? Well, you gotta finish that. It's still September. You got time. And it's only a couple hours. You should be able to get it done. You speed run it. It happens sometimes. I'll tell you what happened. Marvel's Avengers happened. Sometimes stuff breaks. That's life, and that's definitely this game. You got suspended for 60 days last month? What did you do? Were you modding, Jack Still? Modding is a serious offense. Why are you not showing up anymore? I remember they banned Miller for like 10 days from Marvel's Avengers. Because he was showing people on stream how to do the Mega Hive glitch. That was showing MCU skins early. Did I? Camel Thor. This is Thor if his armor was in the sun too long. Said that's you. Rusty Thor. Veronica gets heated. No. A lot of games get heated. Did the Black Panther skin drop? It sure did. The NBA 2K. Now that gets heated. I'm glad to see nothing has changed since I was playing in 2K20. When people lose, they get so mad. Like, you're trash. You're trash. And a lot of other things that I can't say on YouTube. I swear, NBA 2K and Call of Duty have like the most toxic game chats. It's crazy. You talk trash and you report it. Oh, you got reported. You got reported for retaliating. But you were talking trash in this game? Yeah, I never have game chat on when I play Marvel's Avengers because there's like usually no reason to. I only have game chat on I actually never have game chat on. I'll do party chats when I'm playing with the members on Saturday. But like this is not a game chat kind of game. Like you kind of have to have some kind of chat in like 2K because, you know, for teamwork purposes. But yeah, if you don't have a squad, but you're supposed to have party chat because the game chat in 2K is probably the worst in the entire game industry. It always sounds like there's like an explosion of static every second you're talking. People usually go on game chat just to talk, just to talk trash. It's so funny. $2K COD are the most toxic gaming communities. I believe it. Like people talk about how toxic Marvel's Avengers is because of like a handful of people who are, if you look at it for the most part, apart from, you know, the harassment, the occasional harassment of the players that like the game, it's usually just them talking trash about the actual game and pointing out all the flaws. True toxicity in a gaming community is people yelling racial slurs at you because you just dunked on them. That's true toxicity in a community. That's NBA 2K.
With me.
Thank you, John Sales, for joining the ranks of the Defenders. Members, spam those emotes for John Sales. Thank you, my friend, for supporting the channel. Make sure you stop by the community tab. Scroll down. There should be a new member link. There should be a new member post with the link to the Discord. Hop in there, say hi. If you're looking for the PS5 or anything else, we got a link for you. Thank you, Ivan. All those emotes are now yours. Hi, Mark. Haven't played this game. Is actually worth to get. Marvel's Avengers or 2K? Marvel's Avengers for sure now. It's 50% off if you're playing on Stadia, PlayStation, or Xbox right now. They've added a bunch of stuff since launch compared to what it was. So yeah, it's definitely a good deal now. Probably pretty cheap. You like it here? Appreciate you, John. Let's keep this community growing. Battlefront 2 is pretty toxic with the Jedi mode. Everyone is either max rep, throwing you off the map with force push, or you die anyway. I don't consider that necessarily toxic. It is just like a pretty established meta that's not friendly to you know, newer players or anyone with an experimental build. Yeah. I consider toxicity just where you can't, where you basically know that if game chat comes on, if you see the indicator that they're talking, you know already to just keep it muted. Black Widow is probably one of the worst movies of 2021. I don't know. There's always some pretty bad movies that come out. They usually aren't talked about unless they're like high profile flops, like really, really bad and had, you know, a lot of money and hype behind it. But I'd say Black Widow, definitely one of the worst Marvel movies that we've had. I don't think it's one of the worst movies of 2021. I'm sure there's a lot of garbage. I mean, just look, I'm sure there's like some, I think I've watched, I don't know, I think it came out in 2021. I'm not sure if it came out in 2021 or 2020, but there's definitely a couple of Netflix movies that I started on that were utter trash that I didn't finish. Got to lurk for now. Not feeling good at the moment. That's too bad. Hope you feel better, my friend. Lurk away. What do you think of mobility improvements for Cap? Black Panther? I think Captain America is long overdue for a boost to his traversal. Black Panther? Definitely, because they said, like, if you look at the war table before he came out, more trash. They made it sound like they were improving. There was going to be like a way to boost his traversal in the war table right before it came out. And then when we got the game, a lot of people were confused because he had no way to boost his speed at all. So they definitely need to add, at the very least, like intrinsic speed boost. Whereas Fat Panther? Fat Panther is not in existence. Civil War Black Panther is came out starting at 1 o'clock Eastern. Imagine a Fat Panther like they did the Fat Thor. You got an exotic? Awesome. Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad was an AI 10 for you? Yeah, it was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. I wish James Gunn would direct more DC movies. Time to beat those odds. He got speed boost. Who? Black Panther? Where? When? I've just been playing Black Panther for the last 2 hours and I did not feel very fast. You're welcome, Ollie. Yeah, because I feel like that's kind of what exactly what DC needed. They needed a James Gunn type that's not restricted by Disney and their policies. Said Cap got a speed boost. Oh, I have to test it out. Because the problem with a lot of the DC movies is that, one, you know, some of them just weren't well written and they were fighting with the studio. But they took themselves too seriously. Now the problem with Marvel is that a lot of the movies don't take themselves seriously enough. Like there's too much quippiness, you know. You get the sense that there are really no stakes. No one's in danger. There aren't really any consequences. And James Gunn, without Disney hovering over him, presumably without Warner Brothers giving him a hard time, was able to blend the two. So you had some of the lightheartedness from Disney, from the Marvel stuff that you usually get, but with the seriousness and the more mature themes and violence that you would expect from a DC film. That's why I really enjoy the Suicide Squad. So I hope he's allowed to do more stuff. Weasel the Realist. Feels bad for it feels weird. People that are, you know, hype talk about Weasel in Suicide Squad, because I mean he does eat children. I mean, let's not forget that. That's why they scooped him up in the first place. You like most of DC and Marvel movies, Ragnarok, Homecoming, and BP were overrated as a comic reader. Oh yeah, as a comic reader, you're probably gonna have a lot more objections to a lot of these movies, especially lately. Like I was just reading about Blade, the MC version of Blade, and the writers were talking about how they love that Disney basically gave them free reign to do whatever they want with Blade. Essentially, there is no Blade canon. They can just do whatever. So they can just do whatever they want and completely ignore the comic books. That sort of stuff concerns me, because granted, I don't mind when it comes to comic books. I don't mind movies that deviate from the comics to tell, you know, their own story or translate it properly to the big screen. But my issue is when you don't make changes from the comic book version necessarily for the sake of the story, and you end up getting something that's just bad and not faithful to the character. Ragnarok, I thought was really good. I still love Ragnarok. The main complaint I have about Ragnarok is that they definitely took the jokes too far. I think if they kept it to 80% humor, it would have been a much better movie. Black Panther, I thought, I mean, was definitely, it was inevitable for that to be overrated because of just how historically significant it was. But it was a really solid movie. And I liked Homecoming a lot. Hulk was horrible in the MCU. Very true. So we're gonna have Jared Leto get hunted by Blade, and then they're gonna reintroduce Charlie Cox and have Daredevil come back. Please, is that what you want? They say Wesley might be in the MCU Blade part of the multiverse. I hope he is. I hope they don't bring him back as like a character other than Blade, because I like Mahershala Ali, but I feel like there's only one true Blade, and it's Wesley Snipes. Blade, Wesley Snipes, R rating. That's the winning formula. What's up, Travis Scott? Love your music. It goes hard. They need to bring back all the OGs. They don't need to bring all of them back. They just need to I'm just I don't know. I'm kind of protective of the Blade franchise because not that the movies themselves were like masterpieces or anything, but when it came to actual Blade, I felt like Wesley Snipes was it. Like, I think they actually changed the comics a little bit to account for Wesley Snipes. He was just so good as Blade. It was like he was made for the role. And it feels like in comparison, Mahershala Ali is just cosplaying. I'm sure he'll do, a great job as an actor. But the writing definitely does concern me a bit. DC is more comic accurate in movies from what you've seen. Yeah, that's probably more fair. Like, I think they can be really good. They just have to. Warner Brothers just has to stop being terrible, and they just need to make sure they're hiring the right people and letting them do their thing. Like, I like Zack Snyder a lot, but the guy needs to learn how to make a movie that's not 10 hours long. like I understand you're attached to your work, but hire an editor, buddy. It's not. Everything in your movie is not gold. You got to be able to cut some stuff. That's part of filmmaking. And like 20% less, no, 60% less slow motion, please. For the love of God. First Spider-Man was okay. Second one, you mostly like Mysterio because he was a new villain. CGI scenes are great. Maybe I'm in the minority in the chat, but I really enjoyed both Spider-Man. Like, my only issues with the Spider-Man movies in the MCU was the decision to make Tom Holland basically a simp in both movies for male role models. Like, he goes from standing Tony Stark to standing Mysterio, and I feel like I just want them to have Tom, like, he's helped save the universe now. I hope he's not, following Doctor Strange around in No Way Home like a lost puppy, like, because I want them to actually have Tom Holland grow as Spider-Man. Like, he's not just a kid anymore. He's helped save the universe. Let him, stand on his own as a a hero that doesn't need someone taking him under the wing. The slow-mo scenes in Snyder Cut had you dying, bro. The scene when they had Aquaman just take off his shirt for no reason in slow motion, I'm like, are you trying to tell us something, Zack Snyder? Because this is wholly unnecessary. Literally adds nothing to the story. There was literally that whole sequence. I think it was like a full 2 minutes of just unnecessary slow mo. I was like, what is happening? So they need a Freddy game. You're in minority of having Andrew. I don't think you're in minority. I too am an Andrew truther. And you're not alone. He's still in high school, but he blipped, so he's technically been 5 years. But he's Spider-Man. He's faced down Thanos twice. Like, come on, let the guy grow. has a need to look up to any more male role models. He's freaking Spider-Man. The sure scene Aquaman's make you question him. Did you forget about the Batfleck shower scene? Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, you could just chalk that up to, okay, you know, a little fan service for the ladies. But the Aquaman scene was like, it looked intimate. Like I felt like I was interrupting something. It was like he was sitting behind a camera, like, yeah, slower, yeah, that's right, Jason Momoa. Yeah, slower. Oh yeah, that's it. Like I was like, bro, are you okay? Do you need a minute? Hello, young sandwich. Greetings from UK. All right, greetings from the States. Looking forward to Venom 2. In the comics, Blade did not have the vampire strength until the movie. They even patterned the character after Snipes. Exactly. Like Snipes own that. That's Wesley Snipes is Blade. Saw Shang-Chi last weekend. What did y'all think? You finally saw it? Actually, me and Doomkiller finally recorded video, our Shang-Chi review / discussion. It's available right now for members only, but I'm gonna probably put it out tomorrow or Sunday. Probably tomorrow. It's so bright in it. Lee, that's hideous. What I think of Hulk 2018, 2008, forgettable. I like Ed Norton, but the movie was fine. But I understand why he didn't work for the MCU, because Ed Norton is a person that needs his creative control. You can't see. So bright. Let's see. Mission chain rewards. Still didn't get the exotic that I'm looking for. So someone said Captain America got a boost. I'm calling Cap on that one. Pun intended. Let's test it out. In Wakanda. Every time you see that Cosmo Hawkeye, he is one of your games. Did I watch Apocalypse War? I did. I love those DC straight to DVD animated movies. Those are definitely some of my favorites. Comic book stuff that's been coming out. DC drops a lot of heat when it comes to the animated stuff, for sure. Marvel has a few bangers too, like a Hulk versus Thor and Hulk versus Wolverine are fire. So Walters, the idea I think was they intended to have that be part of the MCU, but because they couldn't control Edward Norton and make him, you know, fit in with the MCU culture, if you will, they had to, you know, change their plans, bring in Ruffalo, and they basically made us forget most of that movie. Change your name, Chris. So what? Hello, Looney Tunes fan. How you doing? Let's see if Captain America is any faster after the update. Press 1 in the chat if you think Captain America is faster. Press 2 if it's all cap. If I were in the chat, I would be pressing 1 right now. You're stuck at power level 148, trying to get to 150. That means you probably have not maxed out your major artifact. You have to have all of your gear, including your minor artifacts, at 140. And you need to put your major artifact up by 10. Captain America does not feel any faster. Or look any faster. All cap. He is the same speed, from what I can tell. Does he seem faster? I don't think so. Still faster with the shield run. Get that prep the vibranium. Black Panther. There's a Black Panther. You want to race me, Black Panther? If you're brave enough. I'm actually faster because I have the shield run. Wait on Gotham Knights, aren't we all? I'm waiting for that and Suicide Squad. Those games should hold me over until we get those Insomniac bangers. You finally defeated the Super Dactoid. Congratulations. On your left. I definitely passed him on his left. Only seem to be letting you level them up to 35. That's because you upgraded the wrong gear. You don't want to upgrade your gear until it's dropping at 130. So I'll show you. Because I'm level 150. When I get new gear, it's 130. You only want to upgrade gear when it's 130 because it'll let you go up to 140. If your gear is like 125 or something, or 129, 128, you're not going to be able to get up to 140. It has to be 130 without any updates. So I think it sounds like your minor artifacts were not max level. They're only 125. Here's chat time to go hunting. All right. Yep. So technically, Captain America is faster than Black Panther in this game because Captain America's base speed is still, not as fast as it should be, but he has intrinsic run, and then Black Panther does not. You want the Black Panther? Oh, this one? Yeah, it does look cool. All is right in the world. Yeah, I enjoyed Shang-Chi a lot. I think it's arguably the best solo MCU film. Well, the best origin, not the best solo, but the best origin MCU film. For me, it's right up there with outside of Iron Man 1. It's like right up there. Right, it's right there though with Iron Man 1, Doctor Strange, Captain America. You know why they have a faster base run speed? It's because of technical limitations. They, for whatever reason, when Square Enix hired Crystal Dynamics to develop this game, they put the game on an engine that really is not meant for this kind of game. Yeah, I think it's the Foundation engine they use for Tomb Raider. And Phil talked about this on stream before. The reason why they can't just make everybody faster is because the game is pretty much at its technical limit right now. They can't make anyone run faster right now without the game just completely breaking down on PS4 and Xbox One. They just wouldn't be able to handle. I mean, the game already has issues right now as is, obviously, in terms of performance. So making them faster, I imagine, would be even worse. They try to just throw it in there. Yeah, unfortunately, not going to get that speed boost you've been hoping for. Why are you sending me in the wrong direction? Take that combo, boy. Well, I do not know that. That's how I added to the list. They need to switch. Why would they use an outdated engine? That's actually bad. Yeah, it is. You're correct. Allfather actually made a video. Allfather Designs. He makes those really cool concept arts. He made essentially a what if video, posing the question of what if Marvel's Avengers had used the latest Unreal Engine instead of Foundation, and we obviously would have gotten a much better game in terms of movement and everything. Not sure why they opted for that. Another reason why I think CD's by no means a bad studio, but they definitely, I think, were the wrong choice for a live service Marvel's Avengers game. Even Future Revolution is on the update engine. Yeah, like that's probably going to when all's said and done, that's probably going to be another one of the things that people will bring up when it comes to this game, of what could have gone better, what went wrong. Yeah, I saw it was rudimentary, the video, obviously because it wasn't a fully developed game, but already the movement just looked way better, especially the flying. The flying on the Unreal Engine actually felt fast just watching it. They felt, the characters felt quick and explosive. It looked really cool. Just another what if. You won't stop talking? Yeah. So general rule in the chat is the rule that I live by myself. Don't be a dick. I love having debates. I think that's very healthy. But I just ask you guys, if you're going to debate in the chat, don't tell people to shut up if you don't agree with them. Make your argument. If you think they're wrong, use facts, use logic, explain why you disagree. No need to, you know, get toxic because someone doesn't have the same opinion as you. Just keep it chill, keep it civil, and we'll be all right. The biggest fear is that they won't try this type of game again. Oh, they will. I mean, it's the Marvel, as long as the Marvel IP is lucrative, there's always going to be that. I'd expect at some point, I expect that someone will try to pick this game up and just improve upon it. Michael Brandon, thank you for the sub, Malcolm Tundura game. Because despite this game's many flaws, it still made a lot of money for Square Enix. So if I'm a publisher, I'm looking at Marvel's Avengers, I'm like, wow, despite all this game's problems, because of the Marvel IP and the concept, it still made all this money and got this loyal fan base. So if we just took what they got right and expand on that, we could have like a massive hit on our hands. So I wouldn't worry about us not getting another multiplayer console Avengers game. It's a matter of which studio is going to pick it up. Did anyone buy the cosmic skins? Yeah, someone bought them. Someone, I mean, there are whales that just buy all the stuff anyway. But yeah, I see people rocking the cosmic stuff sometimes. Definitely not something I would ever spend money on, but you know, each their own. If it makes you happy. I will not yuck your yum. Ultimate Alliance was great. Yeah, people love the Ultimate Alliance. I would expect something. What I'm really expecting is an updated DC Universe Online type of game that takes from what Marvel's Avengers did and improves upon it and just kind of combines the two. That's the superhero game you're going to be looking for. DC Universe Online with graphics and combat closer to what we're getting from Marvel's Avengers. That's what's going to be the big thing. That's what I thought Midnight Suns was going to be until I saw that it was a tactical strategy game. So I think it's going to happen eventually. Someone's going to do it, and whoever does it is going to be printing money. Yeah, people have fond memories of Marvel Heroes, but yeah, I never played it. But they have one of the devs currently working on Marvel's Avengers. They were hired directly from Marvel Heroes. The DC universe is still going on. It's still getting support. And it's been going on for 10 years. So we know it's possible. You just got to do it right. I don't expect Marvel's Avengers as is to last as long as DC Universe Online, but if someone like does it right, you could definitely see it. Like you can be seeing like numbers and popularity on like GTA 5, Fortnite, GTA Fortnite level for Marvel's Avengers if it was done right. Because it's the biggest IP in the world. Everyone knows about Marvel. If this game was executed properly, it would by far be the biggest game on the planet. I firmly believe that. This background music heats. Thank you, Aqua. Glad you like it. I've been looking around and I like this playlist. I'm still waiting for my boy PC Beats to send me some more music. Because I like his stuff, but I can't have copyright claims. So I think the game is done. According to Forbes and Crystal Dynamics, it's still alive at least until 2022. I think most likely the game will live through 2022. We'll be able to get some. We'll get some 2022 content. Beyond 2022, I have no idea. Get wrecked. No, you don't. This game would be massive. It was probably executed. It really would be. And if they, I don't know if, I don't think it's possible to realize that potential anymore without like a massive overhaul. Like I don't think it's, I don't think they actually, I don't know if they actually can. It's pop. It would take a lot of work and money, and I don't know how committed Square Enix is to realizing the full potential. I think at a certain point, Square Enix would rather just cut their losses, or they'll just provide enough funding, you know, to just keep the lights on. You know, we'll get a content update, get a new hero every, you know, 4 months or so. Some of those events, but nothing crazy. It's possible with the limitations of the current engine, it's still possible to make the game a lot better, obviously. And that could help extend the game's duration. Like if they finally just sit down and fix the looter aspect of the game, like add crafting and all the basic features of a looter. If they actually do that part right, and do some, some quality of life adjustments, and just pick better heroes. Just pick bigger name heroes. Improve on the content. Add missions that are farmable, repeatable, that people want to keep playing. I think the game will last years to come for sure. But the problem is there just doesn't seem to be a willingness or an ability to do it. Like a horde mode would do wonders for this game potentially. But they apparently never even considered even making it. And they at no point have been working on a crafting system for gear, despite saying that they were. So I don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes, but it just doesn't seem like the game is going to ever hit the potential that we thought it could. But it's possible with some changes that it could have, at the very least, keep the lights on for a few years. I think the community can be a bit toxic. Every community in gaming these days can be a bit toxic. I think the problem is that most of the toxicity is tied to the state of the game. Because in the beginning, the community wasn't really toxic. Like when Avengers was announced, before we got the beta, people were really excited. The toxicity came when the game launched broken and the community immediately divided. Like all games do in this circumstance. Soon as everything went wrong, you had people saying, hey, what's going on? This isn't the game I paid for. What's happening? And then you had the people defending the game that were like, stop complaining. It's just, don't like it, don't play it, which is toxic in itself. And then as a result, you had people just go the other way and just go all negative about the game and start yelling about shills and everything. And that's basically how you got the community that you have right now, a bit divided. Big Spider-Man 2 is a missed opportunity not being co-op. Yeah, it would be cool, but I have no idea what they're actually going to do with the story. It might make sense for it to be co-op, not be co-op, but I don't mind it as long as it's awesome, which it probably will be. We'll see how well Gotham Knights does during the co-op thing, because I do feel like a co-op game is better if it's like 4 players potentially. It's possible to keep the game going. Look at Warframe. Yeah. Battlefront 2 made it even after EA pulled support. It's just a matter of, but the thing you got to keep in mind though is that yes, it's possible to keep the game going based on other games, but you got to factor in the fact that other games aren't expensive as Marvel's Avengers. If Marvel's Avengers was an unknown IP, there would be no question that it could turn things around if it just made some changes. But the issue is that this is an extremely expensive game to maintain. So it's not just a matter of can they make enough changes to at least stabilize the player base. It's can they continue to generate enough money to justify the crazy amount of expenditures that come along with producing a AAA Marvel game. Like all those other games just aren't nearly as expensive to make as Marvel's Avengers. You're paying live service games already just technically are expensive to maintain with the servers and everything, but you got to pay for the Marvel license, you know, the license, the characters, the costumes, and everything. It's expensive, so you gotta take that into account. You feel like if they introduced co-op in Spider-Man 2, the same people who wanted co-op will complain? I mean, yeah, that's just part of it's part of society. Could be about 5 Spider-Mans on the team. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be anything like that. Like, if they were going to do co-op with this, from what I'm seeing in Spider-Man 2, it would just be one person gets to be Peter and one person gets to be Miles. But what I'm guessing is that the reason why there's no co-op is because the way the game is made is that the missions aren't structured for co-op. They're structured as a single player game. It's just that there's going to be some missions where it'll be like Spider-Man. It'll be like the first Spider-Man game, where instead of having to play as Mary Jane and creep around a museum, there'll be some missions where you're Miles Morales doing your own thing. That's what I'm guessing it's going to be. But who knows? Maybe they realized they weren't able to, if they wanted to get it out by 2023, they weren't able to do multiplayer. But I think it's going to be great regardless. People are complaining about God of War Ragnarok because the girl at the end of the trailer is black and she is white in Norse mythology. I'm complaining about that. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, that's just, at this point, it's just a part of, that's just what you should expect. This is the culture we're in right now. I don't think stuff like that is too big. Like, yeah, technically, Valkyrie in the MCU should be white and blonde because it's Norse mythology. Obviously, everyone has blonde hair and blue eyes. There were no black Valkyries. Vikings were not black. Obviously, the Norse myths are not based on people with dark skin and features. They were based on people that were violently blonde. But if it doesn't seriously impact the character, I don't think it matters. Like, I don't think that's going to be a major character. Who cares? I'm not personally that, I don't personally get that bent out of shape about it, because for years Hollywood used to do the reverse. They used to take roles that were played, that were supposed to be black people or Asian people, and they would cast white actors to play those roles because non-black actors were not allowed to be in the movies at all. and they would always be harmful, insulting stereotypes. Like they would cast an Asian character, but instead of casting an actual Asian person to play the character, they would just cast a white person and squint their eyes and give them buck teeth. Or they would get a black character, have a white actor play them, and just put black stuff on their face to mock them. So if you have to occasionally deal with a white Norse character from Norse mythology being played by someone that's black, I think you can get over it. It's not the end of the world. You'll be fine. Kung Fu, the TV show. What about Kung Fu? A Black Empress Wu. I've watched 10 minutes of Kung Fu, the TV show on CW, and I didn't finish the rest of it, so I have no idea. Yeah, obviously it can be just, silly. My thing is that I don't care as much about race swapping in television or anything like that, as long as the story is actually good. Like Bridgerton on Netflix is not remotely historically accurate in a lot of ways. Like they regularly have, they have a very diverse cast. The orchestra plays modern music, like modern pop music and hip hop music, but it works. It's just it's irrelevant. It's just a really good show. So they don't make a big deal out of the casting or anything like that. It's just part of the world they created, and I don't care. That's fine. The issue comes when writers put in, diverse characters as a substitute for having an actual plot. Like if you're just putting in diverse characters just so you can go on Twitter and say, look how woke I am, then no, you're trash. Stop. But if it actually serves a purpose to the story, or you're just telling a good story, just happen to like the casting, you just happen to think, oh, well, I think the character, the way I imagined them is perfect like this, and this is who I cast, and it works, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But if you're just casting diverse people just so you can make the entire movie about how diverse your movie or show or game is, then no. That's where I think the backlash is justified. Make good stories, make good products, leave the political crap for Twitter. I don't care. I don't care if, from what I can tell, God of War Ragnarok is going to be an amazing game. Having one extra character that's black isn't going to make a significant difference on the game. So like Elsa said, let it go. Like just gonna have my black girl. She's always been ginger and they made her black because society. Yeah, that's fine. And I don't care if they have a black Batgirl, as long as when I watch the Batgirl movie, unlike the Black Girl show, where she's also black, I'm being lectured every 5 minutes about social justice. That's where I have an issue. I don't care if they make Batgirl a black character. I care if they make her a black character and spend half the runtime calling attention to it and making it the entire movie about the fact that she's black and Batgirl. Like, I don't care. Batwoman, Batgirl, Batwoman. I don't care. You understood what I was saying. The Batwoman show, even before they cast a black woman, was a terrible show. Like the season 1 with Ruby Rose was just, every episode was just boring, filled with political lectures, and then they Ruby Rose left and they hired someone else. They hired I think Jalicia is her name, and the entire show was about that. Now I think that's just boring. You need that build, but you never find the gear I got. I mean, 2 of the pieces of gear I have are, at least one of them is in the cosmetic vendor in Wakanda. Just keep looking. The other piece of gear comes from the Mega Hive. How long is the stream today? Are you trying to get rid of me, Bruce? Megan Thee Stallion is going to be She-Hulk. She's not, but I did see the meme. That would be terrible. Obviously. Like, I know, like the Black Superman movie that Warner Brothers is working on, I have an issue with that because it's so transparent and cynical what they're doing. Warner Brothers got accused of racism, and they decided instead of addressing that, they're going to do some performative nonsense by making a Black Superman movie and hiring Ta-Nehisi Coates, a political activist, to write it. That's where I have the issue. Where you're not really making a movie to for the sake of diversity. You're just making a movie just to say, see, I'm not racist. It's disrespectful more than anything. Like, I'd rather have, like, if you care about diversity, take the time, make some original, interesting characters that just so happen to be Black or gay or whatever. But I feel like because they aren't actually as progressive as they pretend to be, they don't think there's any legitimacy in non-white characters. They think no one's going to care about the character unless it's based on someone that's white and established, which is not true. Static Shock is not a character that was originally white. It was an original character who happened to be Black, and they just wrote a really good story around it, and people loved it. To this day, people still love Static Shock. It's possible. We know it can be done. It's just like there's usually not a lot of motivation to actually do it. It's much easier, especially if you don't actually care, to just grab some white character from the comics and race or gender swap them and say, look, see, we care. And I think that's just lazy. A Black Lightning movie done right would be awesome. Agree. I enjoy I like the Black Lightning show. I mean, it went off the rails, you know, it got too political for its own good, but I would still watch a Painkiller spinoff. The original Kung Fu show used David Carradine, a white actor, to play Asian lead. Yeah, that's what Hollywood used to be. Hollywood used to be unapologetically racist. So seeing them lecture everybody about being progressive is just gross to me. Because I remember what they were like, what they're still like when no one's looking. All of this is performative. What movie came out where the kid was like Static Shock? Was there a movie with a kid? Are you talking about the Netflix show? I don't remember a movie with a kid with powers. But I know Michael B. Jordan had a show on Netflix called Raising Dion, which was basically a superhero origin movie, superhero origin show for this black kid. Michael B. Jordan played his father, who had passed away. I like Raising Dion. Raising Dion was really good. I'm looking forward to a new season. I thought they had something there. What's a good Thor plasma range gear? I don't see too much. I don't even remember ever seeing any Thor range gear with plasma on it, but if you're getting range gear with Thor, you want something. You either want something with a targeted buff or a targeted spark. There's not really any hero specific gear for the most part in this game that's notable. You're just looking for perks. Targeted buff, targeted spark, Tachyon Surge. If you want to make a build around Thor's heroic range piece that hits enemies on a return flight, that's pretty fun. Slight. I forgot all about Slight. Oh, yeah, he used technology, right? He to make it look like he had powers. I forgot all about Slight. I like that. I really like that movie too. Wow, I forgot all about Slight. I love Chronicle too. I tend to love just movies with Michael B. Jordan in it, but Chronicle was awesome. Personally, I heard a rumor that they were going to do a Chronicle sequel, but instead of a direct sequel, they're just going to do like an all-female version of it. I don't know if it's true though. I don't know if they're actually going to make it. What's up, Andrew? Welcome. You never heard of Slight? Slight was how long ago was Slight? I'm about to look that up right now. Hold up. Yeah, this is it. Yep, Slight. Came out. Was it really 2016? Wow. Still one more to go for the Hive. Yes, 2016. He was a black kid. He was a street magician. and he ends up using his knowledge of street magic and technology to become a superhero. It was actually a really good movie. It was a small indie. It was actually a lot of fun. I forgot all about Slight. That was a good. That was fun. Yes, more like that. Yeah, we need more original movies like that. You want to say electricity, but I needed it for a battery to work. Yeah, he wasn't fully like, it wasn't like really static shocky, fully static shock, but it was definitely yeah, it was definitely an energy. Well, watch the movie. I don't want to spoil it, but it was really fun. It's definitely worth checking out. Sounds fire. You watch tonight. You're welcome. Yeah, it really was fire. Like 2016. Wow. Yeah, I blocked out a lot of 2016. It was quite a year. I did not realize Slight came out during that year. Do I like horror movies? Not particularly. My problem with horror movies is that a lot of them aren't good. Like, I watch a horror movie and it's either just really bad or not scary. And I'm just like, okay. The best horror movies to me tend to be unintentionally funny or intentionally funny. Like, they'll lean into it and not take itself too seriously. Some horror movies, like, there are rare horror movies that I found that are like legit, like, good for what they are. Like, I thought the first two Conjuring movies were really solid. Cabin in the Woods is one of my favorite movies of all time. Those are two examples of those two features that I find best. Cabin in the Woods doesn't take itself seriously and is actually just really well written. And The Conjuring does take itself seriously, but it's actually well made. Horror died in the 80s. Yeah, I feel like horror doesn't know where it wants to be. Like, it's either you have horror movies that either it'll be trends. Like, you'll have horror movies that are just try to be super gory because they think that's what horror is, and it's not. And then you have a lot of the stuff you see now, which are basically taking the Conjuring approach and just try to get you with jump scares and just weird stuff. It's like horror. The essence of horror is suspense. Like, really creeping suspense, not cheap jump scares, not dumb special effects. It's really making the audience uncomfortable and putting them right with the main character. It's not running through a checklist of all the tropes. Like, Alfred Hitchcock obviously understood this. You know, I think he outlined this pretty perfectly when he was explaining what suspense was and why it was important. He said, like, surprise is if you have a character sitting at a table and a bomb goes off. You surprise the audience, but there's no suspense. So it's effective in the moment, but it ultimately wears out immediately. Whereas suspense is showing a guy sitting at the table and then showing us really quickly that there's a bomb underneath it. That's where that's where the suspense is going to come in. And I feel like horror movies just go for the cheap surprises and they don't take the time to build up suspense. Did I see Candyman? I did not. It looked like it could be good. It didn't look like something I would go to the theaters to see. But what I'll probably end up doing is I might have like a movie weekend or something. I'll just if I can acquire them for my television, I'll watch the first Candyman and then check out the new one. I just gotta check out some reviews, but is it actually good? Candyman has always been your favorite horror movie. Only horror movie you liked in 2017 was It. Yeah, the first It was actually really good. It was actually pretty good. I thought they did good. The sequel, not so much. That's literally a perfect explanation of horror. Yep. The man knew his stuff. Alfred Hitchcock is a genius. The Sixth Sense was good horror. I don't know if Split was a good horror movie. I would consider Sixth Sense a very solid horror movie for sure. I definitely enjoy. They definitely got me. They definitely got me with the. So, it's hard to call Sixth Sense really a horror movie in retrospect. It was like we remember it for that great twist at the end, but it wasn't really a horror. I didn't feel like it was a true horror movie. It felt like a character study with like elements of horror and mystery thrown in there. You know, it was mainly about the relationship between Bruce Willis and this kid and them helping each other. The thing that, you know, they needed and that was bringing them together just happened to be, you know, the supernatural. But I don't feel like it was like a real horror movie. Yeah, thriller. Like not even much of a thriller. Like I feel like it had elements of those things, but I'd say it was more of a drama. Because it wasn't about necessarily the suspense, it wasn't about the thrills. You know, it wasn't about just scaring you. It was really just about this troubled boy and this struggling psychologist. It basically felt kind of like Good Will Hunting with ghosts, you know? Instead of helping Will or the title character come to terms with his genius, the Robin Williams figure was helping him come to terms with this ghost thing and how it was negatively affecting his life. Get Out was really good. Us was solid, but had a really stupid ending. Like I feel like Us could have been great if Jordan spent a little more time on the script, because it didn't come together at the end. I felt like if he spent some extra time figuring out the premise and how he wanted it to pay off, it would have been a truly great movie. Because it was a wonderful concept, for sure. It just didn't land at the end, and I feel like that kind of describes a lot of M. Night Shyamalan after Unbreakable and The Sixth Sense. It felt like he'd come up with an interesting premise and just wouldn't be able to follow it through. That's where I thought Us fell flat. Jordan didn't have a payoff or a real explanation for Us, the story. Like, I felt like he had a really good idea. I was like, oh, this would be really cool, and we'll just figure it out later how it all makes sense, and it just never did. Get Out was great. I thought it was great. I thought it did a really good job of just being a suspense film. And I thought they handled the social commentary well. Like a lot of movies that do social commentary fall flat on their face, but I felt like Get Out managed to blend the social commentary in with the film itself without making it, cringe. The Shining is your favorite horror movie? Can't mess with the classics. God of War movie? Oh no. Isn't there a literal God of War movie with Nicolas Cage? No, there's an actual movie called God of War, but it's not the one I'm thinking about. This one looks terrible though, but nah. But some people like it. It's a Japanese movie. What am I thinking of? Lord of War? Lord of War. That's what I was thinking about. Not God of War. Lord of War. That's the Nicolas Cage movie. What's up, Zacer Gaming? Doctor Sleep was dope. Doctor Sleep was pretty dope, yeah. The Shining sequel. When I heard it was going to be a sequel to Shining, I thought this could be terrible. And it was actually solid. War Dogs, also dope. Oh yeah, Miles Teller, the Miles Teller Bradley Cooper one. Yeah, no. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you once again for supporting the stream. I had fun today. I think I'm going to be posting the video I made with Doomkiller HD, the Shang-Chi review, tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think if you want to see stuff like that going forward. And I don't know if the dev stream is going to happen tomorrow. If it is, I'll cover it. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets canceled, but if it is, I'll cover it at 5 o'clock. Otherwise, no stream. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm Stock the Gamer, signing out. Everybody be safe. Do-Rag Gang, we out.